There it is, guys. Behind the Wall of Sleep, featured on Black Sabbath's debut album, released Friday the 13th, 1970. I learned the song, or based it off of the theory of it, based off of the Hal Leonard version, how they wrote it out. And what's cool about the book, which is funny, kind of a little funny. Well, you'll know what I mean. But they broke the song up as the first half, the part where it's in the key of B major, B as in boy, B major. They have that part as Wasp, and then when it goes into A, when the vocals come in, it goes into Behind the Wall of Sleep. It's basically the same song, but on the album, a couple Black Sabbath albums, especially in the early days, they wrote the songs in a way where it made it, when you got an album and you looked at the back of it, it looked like there were more songs than there actually were. And I think it was a play on, it was kind of an illusion effect. I'm wondering if it was like a record label idea where, because if you picked up an album and only had 5 songs on, you'd be like, it only has 5 songs. But when it's weird, it's like a psychological thing. When you pick up Black Sabbath's debut album, the titles would be extended to make it look like that there were more songs than there actually were. But Behind the Wall of Sleep, was actually just one song, but they had a beginning called Wasp, W-A-S-P, going into Behind the Wall of Sleep. So, like when they featured it live, they didn't say, okay, we're going to play Wasp, and then Behind the Wall of Sleep, they just said Behind the Wall of Sleep. But when you look at the album, it looks like there are 2 songs. There's only one. They kind of broke the riffs up to make it look like there were 2 different songs. Very easy song, fun to play. It's, again, Wasp starts out in the key of B. And then when it goes into the vocals, it goes into A with the... Okay, so that's Wasp. And then Behind the Wall of Sleep. Sorry about the little mistake there. Again, I'm using the Sabracadabra by Catlin Brad, which is a Tony Iommi signature pedal in a stomp box, which is based off of like a Rangemaster treble booster, which is what Tony Iommi used. Did I say Tony Iommi? I thought I said Robin Trower for a second. I don't know. It's a Tony Iommi signature Black Sabbath pedal in a stomp box, and the Sabracadabra is named after the song Sabracadabra, featured on the Black Sabbath Bloody Sabbath album, which was the 5th studio album. And the volume knob on it says Volume 4. It's a play on words, like the Volume 4 album. Black Sabbath's Volume 4 album. But anyway, so the pedal also replicates a Laney Supergroup amp stack, which is what Tony Iommi used. There's Warner Brothers release on cassette. Released in June 1970 in the U.S., but Friday the 13th, 1970, early 1970, which in the UK. There's the debut album, the vinyl release, or the vinyl, original vinyl version, but the CD version, obviously. But if you look at the back, like what I was saying, they only listed it as 5 songs, but they have like extended names Wasp, Behind the Wall Sleep, basically Nib. They had that all as number 3. And then number 5, A Bit of Finger, Sleeping Village, and Warning. And I think some of the European versions of the debut album was, I believe, featured Evil Woman, which was a Black Sabbath cover. They did not write it. This is the Warner Brothers Deluxe Edition with the studio outtakes and the alternative versions, and a lot of magnificent photos, like this one here, the Mapledurham 15th century wooden mill house. Looks like there's a graveyard there. A very old graveyard. You can tell by the way the stones are built. And some awesome pictures of early Sabbath. There's a single of Evil Woman and the Wizard. That photo is probably when they were still called Earth. Awesome colors. Looks like around fall. There's another picture of the Mapledurham 50th century wooden mill house. Early Black Sabbath photos. Earth, originally called Earth before Black Sabbath. The bottom here are the singles, some singles: Evil Woman, Wicked World, The Wizard. Poster, the Marquee Club. Everybody played there, very popular venue. Kind of like the Whiskey Go-Go. Rolling Stones played a Marquee Club. Black Sabbath. I think the Doors did. Led Zeppelin, I'm pretty sure. Yardbirds. It was a pretty famous venue. I think it's in somewhere in England, if I'm not mistaken. Regent Sound Studios during the Paranoid session for their second LP. We started recording that in June 1970. There's another photo. Tony Iommi using his Gibson, either Gibson Custom Les Paul SG or just a custom Les Paul with 3 pickups and the sideways vibrato or vibrola, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Wicked World single, and Black Sabbath. Trying to get to the photos here. There you go. Ozzy behind the piano, looks like. His headphones on at a Regent Sound Studios. Got to do this without damaging it. I am using a Epiphone SG Special, which is based off of an early 60s, Gibson SG Special, or an early 60s Gibson Les Paul before they called it just the SG. Got P-90s on there, very similar to Tony Iommi's guitar. Again, Tony Iommi had some mods on his SG. He had John Birch pickups, which were like some hotter sounding P-90s, or a mini humbucker. I'm not sure what they were, but John Birch was the company, custom company. His strap lock was actually on his horn, right here, rather than in the back, which was probably better. Although it kind of weakens the horn a little bit, because if you would drill a hole there, put a strap lock there, it kind of weakens the wood over time. But whatever. This is a sparkling burgundy. Wraparound tailpiece. Just the dot inlays. Got the binding. Tony Iommi's SG is also referred to as the Monkey SG because he had a goofy sticker on the side of a monkey playing a violin. The story is behind the sticker. A scene on his guitar that was placed on there by mid-70s was that they would go to, when they would do concerts and go to venues, they would have stickers or pamphlets, I guess, given to them, advertisements about different bands playing, and they would get stickers and promotional posters or whatever, and they would get these stickers. That's why you see guys with guitar cases, they always have stickers on. They would get it from, you know, advertisements, especially when you go to a bar or something, and you go in like the bathroom, and there would be like, especially like in a dive bar, there'd be like stickers all over, like tattoo parlors, or check out Black Sabbath live at, you know, Electric Circus or something, you know, while you're sitting there, you know, peeing, doing what you gotta do, and they have all these stickers. So he had a monkey playing a violin, and he put it on the SG, so everyone referred to it as the Monkey SG. It was a 64 or 65 SG Special, left-handed, that is. And originally he was going to use a Strat, or started using a Strat, on the debut album on the sessions, but what happened was one of the pickups went dead on him. He had an electronic issue, and back then, you know, they just couldn't go down the street, get it fixed, and I mean, they were in the studio, they had to do it. So that brings me to my next theory. Are there any recordings on the debut album, whether it's a lead part or a rhythm guitar overdubbed? Was the Strat ever featured on any of the versions that were released into the public? I don't know. So after the Strat went dead on him, he picked up an SG and just never went back, obviously. So that is it. Here's my pedal board and my chucks. That's a Zakk Wylde signature wah pedal, Catlin bred Sabracadabra. It's like a Laney Supergroup with a treble booster, Dallas Range or Texas Range. I think it's a Dallas Rangemaster treble booster, and my Ocean's 11 reverb pedal on the plate setting to mimic the ambience of the studio at Regent Sound. And I have a little bit of reverb on the amp, along with the reverb pedal for tone and ambience purposes to get the right acoustics. And I have the Roland amp on the classic stack setting. So that, combined with the Sabracadabra pedal, is a great combination because it sounds like a Laney stack, or at least close to it. John Lennon Vox Python guitar strap that weighs like 500 pounds on me. It's all solid metal and leather. And the Black Sabbath shirt. Gotta wear the shirts in the videos. That picture is actually featured on the inside sleeve of the Masters Reality album. Real quick, check out, if I can get it here, check out Zakk Wylde's Zakk Sabbath Black Sabbath tribute album. It came out 2020. It's a tribute to the debut album. Zakk Sabbath, of you don't know who Zakk Sabbath is, it's Zakk Wylde from Ozzy Osbourne, Black Label Society. I think he's still doing it, but for a few years he's been doing a tour for a Black Sabbath tribute band that he's in. And in 2020 he came out with a debut album remake, but it's Zakk Wylde playing with a couple other guys I'm not familiar with, Blasco and Joey C. Castillo. It's a trio band, and they played the whole first album and recorded it in the studio. This album, again, probably seen that picture 100 times. You're going to see it 666 more times. Again, thanks. Another video, and please subscribe to the channel. Read the description for more details on the song, the band, the album, and anything I didn't cover in the video. Thank you very much. Thank you.